Hi everyone, this is Peter Harris from commercialpropertyadvisors.com and co-author of this book, Commercial Real Estate Investing for Dummies, and coach and mentor to many commercial investors all across this nation. The subject and title of today's video is called Getting Started in Commercial Real Estate. I'm going to start off with you asking yourself the why, the what, the how, and the where in getting started in commercial real estate. So let's start with the why. Why do you want to invest in commercial real estate? Are you fed up with your 9-to-5 job? Are you getting older and older and forgot about your retirement? Did the economy take away your retirement? Is there something pressing in your heart that you always wanted to do, but your job gets in the way? Or how about there's also maybe something else deep inside you that you really want to do, but you don't have the financial means to do it? Those are all very profound and powerful whys. And I tell you that when the why is powerful, the how becomes not so difficult. The how becomes very clear. Many years ago, I was an engineer, and my boss and mentor was laid off without him knowing he was laid off. And they wanted to replace him with someone younger and at a lower salary. Does that sound familiar? Well, they replaced him with me, and it broke my heart. And at that point, I saw my life flash before my eyes, and I also saw that what they did to him, they will do to me. That was my why. That was my big why, and that's what got me started to invest in commercial real estate right away. What's your why? All right, next is what. And the question is, what do you bring to the table? What I mean by that is, what cash can you bring to commercial real estate investing? Now, I'm going to tell you, you don't need a lot, but you do need some. We're going to have expenses such as appraisals, inspections, travel, and so forth. So you need a little, but not a lot. And let me tell you that if you are completely broke, maybe commercial real estate is not the best for you. I'm just being honest with you. All right. Next is the how. And the question is, how much desire do you have? Desire is number one. Desire is number one. A mentor of mine told me that anything that you pursue that's great and worthy in life, you're going to have some obstacles. And to come out successful on the other side, you're going to have desire. So desire is number one. All right? Next is, well, on the desire, let me tell you something that you probably heard already. Well, gifts, if you have a strong desire, and strong desire will outdo gifts and talents any day in real estate investing, okay? A strong desire will outdo any gifts and talents, especially in real estate investing. So if you have a little bit of money socked away, but you have a great desire, right, to invest in commercial real estate, perhaps that's all you need. Okay, next is where. The question is, where do you invest? As an experienced investor and a coach and mentor, I would say invest in your own backyard first. Your research should start in your own city. Many people think there's better deals outside your own area, but I disagree. I think you should begin in your own city. Qualify or disqualify your own area first. By investing locally or starting locally, you get to meet people quickly, you get to learn the business faster, you can feel and touch the property, and becoming an expert is key in this business, and you can do it a lot easier if you're local. If you want to go outside the area, that should be a last resort. And the reason why is it's very tough, it's dangerous, and it's risky to go outside your area. All right. Next thing I'm going to talk about is the basic requirements of getting started in commercial real estate. The first requirement is to get a basic understanding of commercial real estate. I want to touch briefly on two bare minimum things you need. The first one is you need to have an understanding of what commercial real estate is, number one. Number two, you need to be able to evaluate a simple commercial real estate deal. Okay? Those two things are the bare minimum. There's a lot more, but those two things are bare minimum. In 2 previous videos, I discussed those topics. So you can check out the first video called Commercial Real Estate Investing for Dummies, and the second video is the 5 best commercial real estate types for individual investors. So check those out. Now, how I got my basic understanding is I got those from my 2 mentors, Robert Kiyosaki and Donald Trump. I spent 4 years with Robert and 1 long summer with Donald, and here are the fruits of them. After a few years with Robert Kiyosaki, he and I produced this DVD together on real estate investing. And with Donald Trump, after a long summer, he and I produced this course together. It's called The 3 Master Secrets of Real Estate Success. He's on the front and I'm on the back. Okay, next thing I want to talk about is now that we have a basic understanding of what we need, next you're going to need a computer. That's right, a computer with internet access. Now today the world is flat. You can be sitting here on the West Coast and invest in the East Coast or research properties anywhere in California or anywhere where you live just by having a computer. All right. Next is a cell phone. You need a cell phone with with voicemail, because you're going to be setting up appointments, you're going to be meeting with people, you're going to be doing due diligence, and you need to have that set up. Next is a calculator. You need a very simple calculator, nothing fancy, something very simple. And if you don't have a calculator handy, you can go online and just Google mortgage calculator and use some of those. If you want a handheld calculator, there's a company by the name of Calculated Industries. Google them. Calculated Industries. They have a bunch of real estate friendly, real estate investment focused calculators. Check them out. Oh, by the way, most of the guys I work with, including myself, our mortgage or our real estate calculator is an app on our phone. Okay, so check it out. The last thing you need is time. All right, anything that you go after, any endeavor, there needs to be a focused amount of time on that endeavor. And in this case, for getting started in commercial real estate, you're going to need 3 to 4 hours a week. All right, that is your bare minimum, 3 to 4 hours a week. All right, now I want to switch up a little bit, and I want to, now that I went over the bare requirements to getting started, I want to just go over something that goes against the grain, and that is I want to share with you a few things that you don't need to get started. That's right, things you don't need to get started. Again, they go against the grain. Number 1 is you don't need a real estate license. You do not need a real estate license to get started in commercial real estate. In fact, it could be a liability to have a license in commercial real estate. Next is you don't need to have started in residential real estate to jump into commercial real estate. What I mean by that is you don't have to start off in owning single-family home rentals before jumping into commercial. You can just start directly in commercial, because they are 2 separate things, 2 different items, apples and oranges, 2 different investment types. Next is you don't need a master's or an MBA to understand everything going on with commercial real estate. You don't. All right. I don't have a master's. And I co-wrote Commercial Real Estate Investing for Dummies. You need experience, you need focus and desire. All right. The next, what you don't need to be rich. That's right. You need a little bit of money. I need you to be rich in desire. Okay. In a previous video, I shared with you how one of our proteges didn't have a lot of money. He had no experience. He didn't use banks. He had no credit. And basically he was just a beginner, and he needed to do his first commercial deal. He used a technique that I call the master lease agreement. It's in a previous video. Check it out. One last thing I'll leave you with. I was sitting with Robert, Robert Kiyosaki, one evening, and he shared with us what 2 things that the super wealthy have in common. Now, when I mean super wealthy, I mean people with a lot of money, but they use the money for good. They use the money to make the world a better place. These are people that you and I look up to and that we esteem. These are very awesome, wealthy people. He said they shared two common traits. All right. The first trait is that they all own commercial real estate. That's right. In their investment portfolio, where they got most of their wealth is in commercial real estate. That was the first trait. The second trait is they all are known for their integrity. That's right. When there's something to be done and it had to get done, they did it even though it may hurt. All right? They did the right thing even though it may hurt. All right? My spiritual mentor told me one thing and it really sunk in. He says, Peter, excuse me. He said, Peter, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Okay? How you do one thing is how you do everything. So what I want you to is to get on the right track and keep your integrity intact. Okay. All right. So that'll do it for today. If you want to get more videos like this, more resources, please visit our website at commercialpropertyadvisors.com or simply subscribe to this YouTube channel. Okay, thanks for watching today's video on getting started in commercial real estate. I'll see you at the next video.